Hey everyone, welcome. We're having a little random sister chat. This is Ree and
Say,
Sister to Sister originally, but I want to call this random sister chat for this time because my sister came up with a topic. She just would start talking about how she brings her own money on a date because she wants to make sure. Why you do that, sis?
I'm gonna make sure I cover me.
Okay, so you don't expect him to pay on the date?
No,
And if he why do you want to cover yourself instead of him paying for you? Why?
that makes sure I'm wrapped tight and together.
Explain that further, please.
No expectations.
Okay, so that she had me thinking about, okay, what a man does as far as paying for you and not paying for you on a date can indicate a lot.
Hey, I told you I don't want him to feel like he owns me.
I feel like that's wrong, and that's an old school way of thought. But even back then, it was wrong for somebody to think they own you just for paying for a basic meal.
For my own date, my own food.
Okay, but it shows me, if he pays for me, that he's a giving person. It shows me the type of person he is and the type of relationship we have if things go further and if we continue to date, if it leads to marriage. And if the first date can indicate a lot to me. So for the first date, I think it's different rules. I feel like he should pay for me.
First date shows you if you said leave him right.
Sometimes the first date is not that clear unless he's just completely a jerk on the first date.
Talk to him, you'll know.
Right, talk to him, but also the fact that is he willing to pay for my date? Are we going 50-50? Are we going Dutch? Also,
50-50 always, I know that one.
that's not the type of relationship I want to have. I don't want to have a 50-50 relationship. So you saying 50-50 always. So once you guys get into an established relationship, you going to do 50-50 for everything?
You're taking it farther. That's farther, no. That's taking it farther now.
But when does the 50-50 end? Because let's say you start out 50-50 and then he expect you.
Look, if you want to marry him, that's when it ends.
Oh no, I needed to end before that. He need to show me what type of man he's going to be in our relationship, and I don't want a 50-50 relationship.
Gotcha. Always have your back. I'm telling you that so you know.
Thank you, because it's like, again, whatever you start with, sometimes people expect you to continue to do that. If you're dating and the whole time it's 50-50, he gonna probably be shocked when you be like, okay, now that we married, it's not 50-50 anymore, unless you discuss that in advance.
I mean, you would discuss everything in advance. How many kids you have and everything.
But I feel like you can show me better than you could tell me, because people say stuff, but then in the actuality of doing it, will they do it?
I get that.
Right. So I need to see if he's be able to carry me during our dating relationship. I'm not the type of person. I'm not a gold digger. I'm not just gonna try to get him to take me to the fanciest places. I'm not the type of woman say, oh, he gotta pay my bills. None of that, but
I'm not either, sis. I get what you're saying.
But after we get married, yeah, I mean, he can pay some of my bills. I'm not gonna say he gotta carry all the weight, but he gonna have to carry more in a marriage. But even before the marriage, I need to see what he gonna do.
Right.
Can he carry me when I need to be carried?
End up to marriage rate.
So if he can take me on a simple date and he can pay, that says a lot to me versus, oh, well, you always got to have your part of the money. And, you know, as far, we also talked about, would you ever treat him?
Marriage is different.
Oh, yeah.
In marriage, you know, you should have each other's backs out automatically.
Yeah, we could, as far as, if you don't have, I'll try to supplement and help you, vice versa. But I expect him to try to do his best to carry the marriage and carry our family. And I'll be there to help support. And that's what a helpmeet is supposed to do.
Right.
I'm not supposed to carry the whole relationship, the whole marriage, the whole family.
It is to help mine.
But there are some relationships where the woman does carry. If she don't mind doing that, if they discuss this ahead of time, and there are certain situations where you may have to carry just because, like you said, you're married till death do you part. If something happens to your partner, you're going to have to be the one to carry. But I want somebody that has a mindset that they're going to try to carry me for the most part. And that's going to be their mindset. And even if they can't do what they want to do or were able to do, that they do something to carry the relationship and don't just leave me holding the bag. So the whole dating process shows me that. And if he can't pay for my first date, to me, I think that shows a lot. I want to thank my sis C for those comments. And I have to say my final remarks are basically, what if he pays or doesn't pay, it matters in the long run of the relationship, because it shows you what the expectations are and what the relationship will be like. If they can't do that in the first date, then what are they going to bring in the future of the relationship? The first date is the time where you're putting your best foot forward. And if they don't want to put their best foot forward in the beginning, it's just going to go downhill from there. So I think it's important that the man pays. I know we're in a new day and time, but it shows the value that he has within the relationship and within the dating process and with his interest in you, even though it's the beginning, that he values you and doesn't just see you as a 50-50 type of partner, which is fine if that's what you want. But in a romantic dating and marriage relationship, I feel like the woman is supposed to be treated in a certain way in which she is valued and treasured. And if I'm not treated that way, then I can just have a 50-50 partnership with a friend or something. It doesn't make it any special. It doesn't make it any better, because I could do that with anyone. So if you really care about the person, you're going to go to greater lengths. And then I just want that to also just be their personality type, not to force them to be something that they're not, because if they're just going to do that first date and then we see the true colors going down the line, then we also know what we're getting into. And it's really up to us to say, you know, this is not what I want, and to walk away. So it matters. I know you might say just a meal. You could pay your half, they could pay theirs, but it matters that he cares enough to pay. That's my thought, and my sister has a different mindset on it, and I appreciate her mindset about the expectations, but I also feel like, well, in that case, you need to have your own transportation, your own ride. You shouldn't feel like, oh, he's going to expect something later, so you should have all that covered, where you have your own way to get there and back. You're not going to multiple places. If you do, have your own transportation to do so you won't feel pressured. And definitely go to public places. Don't go to his house date one. Don't go to her house date one, because that says a lot right there as well. That's my thoughts. It depends on the type of lifestyle that you want to lead. If you want something that leads to marriage, if you want something that leads to a good foundation, then I think that these are some good ideas and some good thoughts to take with you. This is Irene, one part of the Sister to Sister, and that's your random sister chat. Want to connect with us? Email me at cbiztv@yahoo.com. We talk faith, love, and trends. All different topics right there on our platform, cbiztvmedia.com. All the best and God bless.